And it's recording. So, all of you guys, awesome for being on the calls, because these calls are what will sculpt your business. Do you have to be on 5 calls a week? No, but every single personal development, every single thing has pumped me up. Whereas if you are not getting personal development during the day, these calls will truly help. So, I called this call Firing Your Boss because what I wanted to talk about is about what it means to be a hobby coach versus like what it is to really push this as your career. And some of this you guys might not like to hear and might not want to hear, but I really don't care, because you're on this call because you saw Fire Your Boss, right? And that's something that you might want to do. So you're going to get some stuff laid out that may just hit you in some ways. Anyways, so this is an attitude and posture change for, being a hobby coach versus a career coach. And I kind of want to talk about what a hobby coach does versus what a career coach does. Are you looking at this like it's a hobby? Are you looking at it like it's a career? Because you have to take the extra step to treat this like it's a business if you want to make it as a career. Now, you know that we have hobby coaches, we have discount coaches, and that's why when we talk to our coaches, we really need to figure out what their reason is for being in this business. Because if you have someone that's coming at you and they're like, yeah, I want to do this, I want to be at home with my kids, I want to make, I want to be in the millionaire club, I want to make 10 grand a week. If that's what they want to do, then that is great. But what will have to happen is the actions of that is going to have to follow a career coach. We know that it takes work to build this up, and even when you build it up, it still takes work that you are going to do, but you're going to be able to do it in a less amount of time. You're going to be able to start delegating even more. So if it matters to you, you're going to let those little bumps in the roads not let it get to you. So what does a hobby coach look like? A hobby coach is someone who uses a product. They're someone who, they might drink the product, they might take it to work, someone might be like, hey, what are you drinking? And they're like, Shakeology, right? And you're like, and that's pretty much all they say, or they're like, oh, you're starting to look great, you look amazing, what are you doing? And they're like, insanity. But that's about it. Like that's all they really say, or they might go into a little bit about it, but they don't take that initial step to grab their contact information and create a follow-up. So hobby coaches also post occasionally. Some posts are mostly about what's on their mind. So hobby coaches, you might see a hobby coach be like, oh, the weather's great here, or I'm going to go to the mall with my friends. Or what they do is they post statements. And I am not downing anything as a hobby coach, but what I'm trying to explain is the difference between a hobby coach and a career coach. And if you want this, then where you need to take it. So a hobby coach posts statements, and as statements, these are posts that, like I said, they're what's going on in their mind, like Twitter, what are you doing? Ask you what you're doing. Don't look at a post and think, oh, what am I doing today? I'm just gonna post out what I'm doing today, because every single post that you guys make, I want you to remember this, that it is either going to promote what you do and what you believe in, or it's going to demote what you do and what you believe in. You can see something like this. How many of you guys have seen coaches that were like, they're like, oh my goodness, I love Shakeology. It's so amazing. It's the best thing ever. And then like 8 hours later, I am so tired. I'm seriously, I know that everyone's seen that post, or they're like, oh, yes, I've got the most mental clarity ever. Shakeology keeps me going, or like my workouts, I'm so positive because of it. And then the next minute later, oh my gosh, I'm so frustrated. This just happened to me and this just happened to me. You could probably pull up posts like that. You could pull up people who are talking about how amazing like the workouts are. And I'm not saying that you're not going to have bad days, but how do you bring that about? If I have bad days, you'll see me post usually a quote that will help me get out of it, and I will create a video that can help me get out of my own funk, or just something that I can post out that will get me out of my own funk as a quote. So if you want to know if I'm in a mood, that's how you'll know, or if I'm dealing with something. So hobby coaches, they also they use their website, their back office, occasionally. What they'll do is they'll go onto their back office, they just check it out. They don't really engage into it, but they don't really get into it. So they don't know the upcoming news. They're probably a coach that comes to you with the same questions over and over and over again. And they're like, hey, what's this? And you're like, where you just kind of want to be like, have you been on the online office yet? Because it's right over in your news and training. And if you guys want to raise your hand, you can. No, I'm just kidding. You guys all see who you're next to, and you're like, is one of my coaches on here? But as much as we are here to help, and your coaches will help you, and I will get more into that and everything, but hobby coaches will not take a first step to even like look into, okay, promotions, what's going on, like, for December, what's going on in December? Like, I need to know. Like, all of a sudden it's 2 days later and they're like, oh, Insanity Max on sale. Okay. Also, hobby coaches are not socially involved. So they don't create conversations. They wait for someone to come to them. Those are the ones where you might be at work and they're like, what are you drinking? And you're like, Shakeology. And that's about it. Like, they like to be a part of the group. They like to keep that accountability, and they're involved here and there, but they don't create that conversation and build relationships with their customers or their clients. Those are what hobby coaches do. They don't really plan their day out. They just kind of do it as they do it. So, like I said, one thing, remember, every post is a promotion or a demotion to what you do. If you want to be a hobby coach, that is completely fine, like I said. Now, what can you expect if you're a hobby coach? You can expect extra accountability. They're in the groups, they're being accountable, they're around, they're getting a happier, healthier life, and that's great. So these things are not bad to be a hobby coach at all. I'm not saying that hobby coaches are bad or anything. They're still living their life. They're creating that healthy, positive environment. They're getting motivation, and because they're going to be around people. How many of you guys have been to events where you're around coaches and it's like a completely different aspect of your life versus being at some place where you've been at a job and around those people? It's two completely different worlds. There's something about Beachbody coaches, even, I'm sorry, I'm not going to mention certain products, but you'll see other products people, the way that they promote themselves, right? Like, you'll see the Instagram and you'll see, this is on sale, this is on sale, this is on sale, get this, hey, check this out, and it's nothing about who they are or what their life is. It's vomit. It's vomit. Or all the ones that come and try to promote you to, oh, you should really get onto this and get onto this. And I'm like, oh yeah, thanks. I'm very happy. No, like, you should really check it out. Have you checked it? Dude, thank you for your offer. I really appreciate it. I wish you the best of luck in your business. I'm very happy where I'm at. Thank you. So, yeah. There's something different about you guys and about Beachbody where we have that motivation of where people really do matter. We, you know, we keep motivated, we keep going, and we feel better. Also, hobby coaches, they can expect low and random income. So if you're randomly talking to people, you have no system of following up, and you're not staying consistent in building relationships with others, then you're probably going to receive little income, right? You're not going to keep that income coming in consistently, and it's something that they can use to pay, to do something fun, but it's not going to create a stable income to pay your bills or to create your future and your dreams. Again, hobby coaches are okay, but I'm trying to create the difference between what a hobby coach is and what a career coach is. So you have to think of the activity. I want you guys to understand right now, like rank is great. Like you want to try to hit your emerald, you want to try to hit your diamond because of what it can do for your team cycle bonuses, right? But as far as rank doesn't mean money. Absolutely nothing with money. That's ego. That is all ego based. It is not money, because you can still be a diamond coach and get $50 a week, $100 a week, $200 a week. Then there's these diamond coaches or even emerald coaches who are making, they could be making $200, $500 a week. It does not matter about what your rank is. It matters about the activities that you do to create that income. You can be a diamond coach and make little. So understand that rank does not always mean money, okay? Now, career. Like I said, though, obviously diamond is a huge step because of the difference between that whole cycle bonus. Okay, career coaches. What do career coaches do? They plan for their coaches and their organization. So their personal habits. They're consistently running challenge groups. They're consistently achieving Success Club. They are helping people find challenging programs for them and challenging workouts that will help fit in their life for what fits for them. Like, they're not like I was in the very beginning. Let me tell you, I was one of those coaches that, yeah, you got to get on it. Insanity is the best thing ever. You're totally like dying and you can't breathe and it's awesome. And I lost 50 pounds in 2 months or in 2 rounds and everything, because they're like, can you do insanity? I'm like, yeah, anyone can do it. Anyone can do it. Oh, heck yes, anyone can do it, but will they stick with it? Does it fit their lifestyle? Not always, right? So I always let anyone who I'm talking to, because they're like, well, what do you think about this? And I'm like, well, I'd love to ask you more questions to figure out what is going to challenge you and fit best in your lifestyle, but yet you will enjoy. Like, something, you may have a hate-love relationship, but it's something that you'll stay consistent in, because I want them to complete the program. That's what we want them to do. We want them to complete a healthy lifestyle. It's not just, hey, here's a challenge pack, go on your way, good luck in losing your weight, and I'm here and we're going to have a challenge group, but after that, that's it. That was my challenge pack. That was my Success Club point. That's it. No. Career coaches are going to follow up. They're going to get in contact with them. They're going to figure out, hey, how is everything going? Like, are you seeing results? Are people asking you how you're feeling? Like, are people saying, hey, you look amazing? That's what a career coach is going to do. They're going to find something that works for them, and they are going to consistently, I'm using this word a lot, consistently, invite people every single day. I'm going to challenge you guys, okay? I'm going to challenge you guys. This is going to be a huge challenge that's very, very small. If you are not challenging, or if you are not consistently inviting someone every single day into this business and into a challenge group, you are not going to build a career in this business, okay? I'm not asking you to ask 5 people to join the business. One person, you can still create this one person a day, asking them about coming into a challenge group or coming into the business. Why do we do this? We do this every day because of we know what a challenge group can do for someone. We know what coaching can do for someone. It's not about just building our business. It's not about just getting our income. You guys are in it to help people, and we know what it can do for someone, right? I have an apartment. I'm in my own apartment. I don't live with my parents anymore. I'm not out on the streets. Hey, look at all these people that have paid off debt or have gone on vacation that they haven't been able to go on vacation for. Look at the people who have gotten a second chance at life, who have gotten off of medication or, completely changed around their whole lifestyle aspect and have become healthy. You know what it has done for you, and you know what it's done for other people, that creating that one person to the business and one person to a challenge group is not difficult. If you are not seriously consistently inviting one person to each of those every day, you are not going to create a career in this business. Just one person. That's all. So, do you plan your schedule out? Do you know exactly when you're planning? Like, hey, we have team calls Wednesday. Are you blocking those times out? Obviously, you're here, right? We know that we have our team calls on Wednesdays. So you need to craft every single day. Every single day should be crafted on where your time is going to be. It's about you working with your organization. So for those of you that have coaches, or those of you that are like, hey, yeah, I'm going to be a career coach, I'm going to build coaches underneath me, you're going to bring on these coaches, and they're going to bring on coaches, and they're going to bring on coaches. And sometimes it's not about working with your personally sponsored coach. It's about you working with 2 levels down, 3 levels down, 4 levels down. It's about you creating that organization and working with them and helping them set goals and focus on success with them. Because sometimes, yeah, that hobby coach is in there, or it's a discount coach, but they did add coaches, but their coaches underneath them. We can't always rely on personally sponsored coaches to push out what we are trying to tell them. So if I send a message out, usually I know my coaches that are in 2 or 3 or 4 levels down that are wanting to work the business, that I will send them a message and say, da 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 da, it's going down. So don't hesitate to just work with personally sponsored. You cannot expect a personally sponsored coach to send off the messages to those other coaches. So sometimes as a leader, it's about setting the bars for the challenge groups, creating webinars, creating calls with your teams. So if you're in that position where you have coaches underneath you that are wanting to build this, randomly, I mean, someday you're going to have to set up calls, right? We have bigger team calls, which are great to be on, but you need to work individually and with your own team as well. Those are what career coaches will do. They are going to plan out their schedule. They're going to invite. They're going to be consistent with what they do. Their posts are going to be crafted. Like the posts are completely crafted as what they're going to do. Even if it's a post about their kids, even if it's pictures of their kids or their dog or their home or whatever, it's all crafted into this whole organization, this business. Because like for me, I get the ability to stay at home with my kids for the summer, so I don't have to pay daycare for someone. We get a lot more time with each other. I can go ahead and speak about that over and over in the summer because it's something that this business has allowed me to do, right? Like if I was working at a job, I'd be paying off daycare and pretty much probably paying to work, right? I was there. So set goals. Sometimes we let go of our goals, right? We set a goal, we're like, yes, it's the first of the month, I'm gonna hit Success Club 5, I'm gonna hit 10, and we kind of let go of them because we have those bumps that come up in our lives. We do. But there is a difference between what a hobby coach will do and what a career coach will do. We know that things come up in our lives, and the thing though is that they don't let those bumps hit them, or they take those on and still create activity no matter where they are, because they see a bigger picture. They see something that's so much more bigger than what is, it's how do you look at it? It's just a hobby. It's just something that I want to do. No, I really want to help people and get the message out about how health and fitness, and I have a huge rant on how, like I had a video yesterday and I have one that I'm going to be doing tonight. Our world is uneducated, completely uneducated. Health can create so much more than just a better body. And we all know that. And I am going to get that out to people no matter what. That's my goal. That's a dream. They're going to know that it brings positivity. It's going to bring mental productivity. Like, why wouldn't you want that? So one thing that I wanted to let you guys know is that, you'll see some of the top coaches, right? They're getting like 20 Success Club points, 50 Success Club points, and you're like, holy crap. You know what? They worry about Success Club points just as much as each and every single one of us do. There's sometimes that they have gone to where they're like, holy crap, it's towards the end of the month and I gotta get some points. What do? They don't just post out something and everyone's like, oh, I love you so much, Scotty Hobbs, I'm gonna purchase from you. No, that's not what they do. They bust their freaking butts off. They bust their butts off and they will go to their neighbor's house, or they will follow up with people that they haven't talked to in a year, or they'll go to their friends' friends or their friends' friends. And again, it's not because they just need that Success Club point. They know that there are people out in this world that need your help. There is people out there, right? You can walk into Walmart and probably find about 500 people that you can go and help off of like 1 hour, right? I'm not kidding you. So you know what this business or what a challenge pack can do for someone and what health can do for someone. Don't be afraid to tell it. Don't be afraid to go out and make conversation with people to build that. Because if you want this as a career and you really want to help people, then you are not going to be afraid to step out of your comfort zone and get out there and start talking to someone. So, where there's a will, there is a way. When you believe, you will achieve. Crazy. When you want to get good at something, like think of this. So, let's say you want to get good at playing pool. What are you going to do? Are you going to hit pool once and then kind of walk away from it and be like, yep, I'm done? No, you're going to practice it over and over. The best way to do it is to keep shooting pool, keep doing it over and over and over. It's about practicing that craft. It's about, do you know how scary it was to create a YouTube video talking about Shakeology when I first started as a coach? And like, you guys, most of you have seen that video. I was scared crapless. I'm like, what am I going to talk about? What are these people going to think? I didn't even pronounce Shakeology right. I said Shakeology. Shakeology. That's how I pronounced it. I didn't know what was in it. I just knew what it did for me, and it took away my cravings for candy, and I was whipping candy backwards. That's who I was. That's what I did. You guys have to be who you are, but the only way, have you guys seen what I've created on my YouTube? It's been I started from the very beginning, and the only way that I was going to get better at creating those videos and speaking on videos and speaking clearly to people and creating conversation and building that influence was by continuously doing it. I think I have about 400 videos on YouTube, and my numbers have been going up in the hundreds every single day on my YouTube page. I'm not kidding. This is crazy stuff. But I knew that I want to inspire others by getting out there. And this is a way to get out there when I can't go outside of my home, when I am at home. I can create videos and people can see and hear who I am and what I want to do. Because just by typing out, for one, takes longer to me. Like, there are times that I will send my clients little videos because I don't want to sit here and type and I want them to hear me. And I will send them videos and they're like, oh, thanks. And it's just easier for me. It just is. But I had to practice that over and over. And I just kept doing it over and over. And you will see as the time goes on that I got better at it. So if you're wanting to get better at speaking to people, what are you going to do? Do you guys remember the first time that you went out and talked to somebody about the business? Or they're like, oh, what do you do as a Beachbody coach? Oh, well, I talk to people and I help people with health and fitness and I get them in challenge groups. And it's really cool though, and you'd be an awesome coach. And yeah, so that's what we do. It kind of goes something like that, or even about the challenge groups. Yeah, it comes with Shakeology and Insanity, and then we get you in a challenge group, and that's probably about what we do. And I'll be here to help you keep accountable, and yeah, so just get your challenge pack, and and then we'll get you in the group, right? That's how that stuff starts off as, the only way to build that up to be like, listen, I recommend getting a challenge group. And the reason why is because you can pay $119 for Max Insanity, or you can get it on special right now for $180, which is going to include 30 servings of Shakeology, your full Max Insanity workout program, plus an extra Max DVD, Sweat Intervals. Then you're going to get into an accountability group where we are going to have so much fun. We're going to keep pushing each other to our goals. And it includes the full workout schedule, meal plan. Use those little things that we don't even think about. Oh, it has a full meal plan and it has this and everything else. Yeah, it does. It's not just the Shakeology and the workout and a group, but you have to practice, right? Find what works for you. Keep practicing. It's scary. It's scary. It is. You know what? If you guys have to, if you are so scared to talk to people, start talking to a stuffed animal. Talk to a stuffed animal, then work your way up. Maybe you're talking to your dog or your kid or your family member. Work your way up. Have it go up. And that's how it is. Maybe you're going to create a conversation with yourself on a video. I talk to myself all the time. All the time. So don't be afraid. Practice it. So personal development and videos, like I said, all that stuff is going to help you. If you keep doing them over and over and over and over and over, you guys need to get I want to say the word no matter what. No matter what. Schedule your time out. No matter what, talk to one person a day for each. No matter what, don't let someone take over what you want to do in your life. So, what can you expect if you're a career coach? Well, how many of you guys are working a job right now other than Beachbody? Okay? All right, so I see some hands going up. How many of you guys have gotten a raise this year? How many of you have gotten raises every year? So, I see one hand, I think it was, going up all the time. But do you understand that we have unlimited potential in this business? When you really think about it, isn't it crazy? Because not only can you create a raise for yourself, maybe every month, you can create a raise for yourself every single freaking week. Yeah, no joke. You have unlimited, let me say this again, unlimited potential in this business. This is an unlimited. It's up to you on what you want to get out of this. You can get a raise every week. You can get a raise every month. We just have to work for it. We have to work for it on our own time, and we have to work for it in ways that help people without someone telling you you are going to be working from this time to this time and you're only going to make $8.50 or $8.50 an hour. Whatever. Thank you. No. Okay, so as a career coach, you guys are going to have a purpose-driven life. You're going to be driven by a purpose in this business. Like, this is your business. So how you create it. If you're someone who is like, you see Chrissy, she is into the whole, she calls herself a geek. That's who she is. She has that purpose-driven life to help others. Maybe you're an army wife, or you're a military wife, or you're whatever it may be. You have a purpose-driven life based on you and your business. And what you can do as a career coach is you're going to create that consistent income that comes in, where if you continue doing it, you can fire your boss if you have a boss right now. Who would like to do that? Yeah, that's right. Just make sure if you put hashtag fire your boss on Facebook that they're not your friend, because they might see that. Just saying, just be careful on that, because they'll be like, so fire your boss, huh? Yeah, that was just hashtag just kidding. Right? So last thing that you guys can create as a career coach is a legacy behind this. This is real. This is huge. When you do not look at this as a business that you can create for the rest of your life and this future that you have, like, this is bigger than what you guys can even imagine right now. This is bigger, and when you believe that this is bigger than what you can even expect for yourself, think about it. I can sit here and watch you guys build your dreams, build your goals. I've already seen you guys start changing your life through health or through finances or being able to do things that you might not have done. Do you know how huge that is for me? That makes me feel so amazing, because you have to think that, like, even for me, Lindsay, if she didn't invite me on, where would some of you guys be? I mean, I know Crystal's on the call. Like, I would have never met Crystal. Crystal would have never gotten into this. And then Dennis. And then you have to think of this whole chain reaction of where this has gotten from, and how many people you guys have helped, and how many people your coaches are going to help, and how many people your coaches are going to help. That's literally, like, imagine if you have 200 coaches underneath you. Maybe it's not even personally sponsored, but you have 200 coaches from your coaches and your coaches and coaches and coaches. Can you imagine the lives that are being changed each and every single day by this? Now you guys are thinking, right? Like, you're like, holy crap, like, that's huge. Like, that's something that we don't think about. We just think about, okay, I've only talked to this many people and I've only created this, when we don't think about the bigger picture of how many lives are being changed around us each and every single day, just by the coaches that you have brought on, that have brought on other coaches, or have talked to other people, or have brought on other family members, and where this is all going. You will be able to start to see that. So some things that can happen sometimes is, as coaches, we will sign coaches on, and we will, like, give them the tools, and we're like, yeah, here you go, here you go, do this, go do this, go do this. And we kind of, like, bury them in the sand with the stuff to do, and we don't follow up with them. I've been there, I've done that. And that's why I tell you guys and in the team, like, hey, I'm here for you. Like, if you need me and you need to set up a call, text me. Please text me, call me, text me, because I am here for you. This is what I do full time. But if you guys read in the policy, there's actually in the policy, it says your job as a coach is to personally groom your coaches. Seriously, it's in the policy. Read it. Read it. I've read it. It's 54 pages long. Awesome. Fantastic. Don't understand a word when it was talking about PV, but guess what? I'm like, yep, that's personal volume. PV, what is personal volume? I don't know. So hand hold your coaches more often. Get in contact with them. All of you guys know, like I said, let them know. Be like, hey, myself, I'm still learning to be a better leader. I know that leadership is something that I have to work better on. Like, I need to be better at reaching my coaches and getting in contact with them, but I do let them know I am here for them. So if they need to get in contact with me, they can and they will. So let them know that, because we want them to achieve their goals. So one thing that we need to do, okay, wait, I'm sorry, let me change those words around. One thing that I recommend that we should do as a team, and I know that in Team Smash it's done as well, but you or your team maybe want to create something smaller and create a system that you can duplicate. And in this business, we have those systems of creating a coach basics, and creating those systems work. When we have, just think about it for a second. How many of you guys have kids that have chores or whatever, and let's say they need to take out the garbage, okay? You take out the garbage every single week, they get an allowance of $1 a week. You come home, it's not done. You're like, go take out the garbage. Still waiting. Go take out the garbage. Then finally you get a little more upset and they finally take it out after the 3rd time. So you give them their allowance, right? Well, next week it happens and it's still sitting there. Imagine if you go and take that garbage out yourself, and then they come back in and they're like, oh, it's done. And guess what? They're expecting an allowance, right? And you're like, I just got your allowance. Next week, what do you think is going to happen? They're going to take out the freaking garbage because they're going to want that allowance. Why? Because that system works. A system works, okay? So what we need to do, what I recommend that we do is create that system. I know as our team, as the Believe2Achieve team, that I want to create something where even if it's a 30-day coach basics and then a 30-day emerald to coach or emerald to diamond, and create that system where we can work together. Gosh, I had so much more to talk about and I only have less than a minute. So I will also post in the team or in the call event about kind of some things that I was going to go over about, like tracking your progress and how we should create that system. So I hope that this was a good call. I hope none of you guys got offended and all of you guys are like, all right, yep, I'm a hobby coach. Nope, I'm going to be a career coach. It's on no matter what. Say that, no matter what. No matter what. That's what we're standing by. Hey, I saw lips moving. That's good. All right, well, I hope you guys have an amazing night. Get in contact with me if you need to set up calls, please. Let's do this.